All right, everyone. So Logan Paul reacted to iShow Speed's Royal Rumble appearance. Here's what he said. No, it was not my idea. I was told that Speed was coming to the Royal Rumble. Then all of a sudden, Triple H was like, "You're in the Rumble." Speed is a superstar, a superstar. I watched a clip of him coming out from Gorilla and him entering to 65,000 people, looking like he had been there 1,000 times. Huge pop as well. Crowd goes crazy. He comes, hits the Suey, the whole arena, Sue. He's never done this before and took the nastiest bump ever from Braun Breaker, thrown over the ropes, caught by Otis, thrown over the table. I asked him, and he says he's good, but he's in crutches and a neck brace. The thing about Speed is he's obviously very physically capable. I'm tired of seeing him get his ass kicked in WWE. Randy Orton, nasty RKO through a table. Now Braun Breaker spear. Otis threw him over a table. I want to see Speed kick some ass. It's time for his get back. So this was from Russell Talk. That's where we got that transcript. And I liked iShow Speed's appearance. I think WWE should be doing more stuff with these type of content creators, live streams, YouTubers, whoever, because this is where the audience is now. The audience is there. You don't need these big celebrities that are making movies. You need people like iShow Speed. They're the ones that not only can bring you a big audience, because he can, but that could bring you a audience of people who are going to watch. iShow Speed's audience is loyal. They're going to watch WWE. You have some big actor or something like that, there's a good chance that the people won't even care if he's on wrestling. So I love this. It made me wonder, is there some more stuff for iShow Speed going forward? Logan Paul saying it's time for his get back. I like that a lot. I hope we do get more iShow Speed, but only time will tell. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. All right, everyone. So Michael Cole announced that Roman Reigns was injured. We now know why he made the announcement. This is from Russell Talk. In a new report from PW Insider Elite, the real reason for the injury announcement is it being a way to explain his absence in the storyline short term more than anything. The report reads, for everyone who has asked, my belief is the Roman Reigns is out of action reference made by Michael Cole was more of a way to explain his absence in the storyline's short term than anything else. So Roman's just not going to be, I guess, on TV as much over the next few weeks, most likely. That's why this injury thing has been announced. And it's building Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns for WrestleMania, which, I don't necessarily have a major issue with, right? I don't have an issue with Roman Reigns not showing up on Raws if we know what it's building towards. Now, I don't know if he's going to be in Elimination Chamber. My guess is he's going to be. So maybe they'll have him come back sometime soon. But, it's always interesting with WWE putting out, okay, this guy's injured, because it tells you they're trying to put something in for storyline purposes. And by the way, who knows how this is going to be when Roman does come back? How bad is Roman injured WWE storyline wise? Obviously, he's not actually injured, but in the storyline, how bad is Roman Reigns considered injured? That's going to play in to the feud. I mean, think about it. He's a tribal chief. He gets injured by Seth Rollins, who's a big rival of his. When he comes back, is he going to be like, we're taking this guy down? Like, what is it? What is he going to come back to? What is he going to come back like? So keep this all in mind. This is heading, my guess, towards WrestleMania. Not sure when the Elimination Chamber matches are going to be announced in terms of who's in and all of that, but my guess is Roman Reigns will be among them. Or maybe this was a way of keeping Roman Reigns out of an Elimination Chamber match, so that, because otherwise you would have to have him lose in the Elimination Chamber. Maybe this was a way to have him out of the storyline until after it, because then you could have him at WrestleMania. That is an update on Roman Reigns' injury. So thank you all for watching. All right, everyone. So the initial reports were that Alexa Bliss was going to be on Raw. It appears that's actually not going to be the case. So this is from Inside the Ropes Wrestling. However, according to an update from Mike Johnson of PW Insider, Bliss was not at the follow episode of Raw on February 3rd, and there have now been pitches for the former women's champion to appear on the SmackDown brand following her return. PW Insider did another update. That was today. I'm not reading any more from the thing, but they did another update confirming she's on SmackDown. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why the initial reports were she's going to be on Raw. She's going to be on SmackDown. Look, the bottom line is she had a great return. I mean, she had a fantastic return. The fans were loving every bit of it. So she's going to SmackDown. She's going to be a big name. I mean, she got maybe the biggest pop of anybody that returned that whole night. Charlotte Flair got a big pop. There was a lot of people that certainly got big pops, but she got the biggest one. or among the biggest. It was insane. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, everyone. So following an appearance on NXT, Charlotte Flair gave an update on who she may be facing at WrestleMania. She said this: "So I spent a year and a half here training. All my rehab was here, my first time hitting the ropes, getting in the ring, getting familiar with the girls that are on NXT. So to come back where I'm homegrown, where my first match was, where my coaches are, it's always surreal to come back, to remember your roots. They definitely gave me a warm welcome, so I was very appreciative, but I also had the opportunity to talk about Roxanne and Julia in the women's Royal Rumble because they did do an incredible job. They're not me, but they will get there. No, they really did impress me. They really knocked it out of the park, and I do truly believe that NXT does have the greatest women's division in the world. I do think Raw and SmackDown, when they get there, it is a different ball game. But here's where you build the foundation, and they are killing it. I couldn't have been more proud. But to give them the opportunity to say, hey, I might pick you, I might pick you, I might pick you, that's what it's all about. Because I picked an NXT Women's Champion the last time I won the Women's Royal Rumble. So who knows who I'm going to pick? It's on my terms. Here's the thing: WrestleMania is not until April, so I've got all the time in the world. So I'm just going to take my time while you guys wait it out. It's on my time. I might not even pick until the night before WrestleMania because I have the golden ticket. So I love what WWE is doing with Charlotte Flair. When I look at this, what I see is, oh, what you're doing is you're making her a super confident Royal Rumble winner, right? So kind of compare this to Jey Uso, who Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, and he's got one half of them saying, one half of the champions, Gunther, saying, yeah, don't face me. You're not, you're not worth facing. You're not anything for my legacy. Just attacking them, attacking them, attacking them. Whereas Charlotte Flair already has Rhea Ripley trying to get her to face her, right? Rhea Ripley wants to face Charlotte Flair. So I just think they're doing a good job of telling the story of, you're bringing back one of the all-time greats in Charlotte Flair, and she's not begging for a championship opportunity. She's not being talked down to by a champion. She's confident. She's picking whoever she wants, including maybe the NXT Women's Champion. Now, we think it's going to end up being Tiffany, and it may very well end up being Tiffany, but at this point, we have no clue, right? They could make a change here and it ends up being Rhea Ripley. I don't know. But I just think they're doing a good job. And that's not to say that what's happening to Jey Uso isn't good storytelling either. It's just making sure that you understand, okay, Charlotte Flair, one of the all-time great women's wrestlers, this is how we're going to portray her. Whereas Jey Uso, you portray him as more of the underdog. And that makes his moment even more special at WrestleMania. So I just think they're doing a great job with this, and they should keep doing it. Her not quite choosing, her going back and forth, it keeps the audience, we're like on the edge of our seat because we're looking at this from the standpoint of, geez, I thought Tiffany Stratton, I thought we were going to know it was going to be Tiffany right off the jump. That's not the case. So thank you all for watching. All right, everyone. So Rikishi talked about Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. Obviously, Rikishi has been pushing for Jey Uso to get a championship shot, all of this stuff. So this is a big moment for him. Here's what he said on his podcast. Honestly, I had no idea that this boy was going to be the one to win the Royal Rumble. We've talked about it on past podcasts, about the Yeet Man, about the opportunity, about the third time he came up against Gunther and so forth when he won the Intercontinental belt and he lost the Intercontinental belt such a short time. I mean, all that somebody must have heard and said, hey, the one thing that is definitely power is the voice of the wrestling fans. The voice of the wrestling fans, the videos tell no lie. When you see Jay hit that arena, Jay got that arena all lit. It doesn't matter if it's Hong Kong, Japan, Chicago, New York City. It does not matter. It is Yeet Mania. So the Yeet Man's on fire. The Yeet Man has put in work for us as a family. That has been personally the struggle, the hard work that the kid has went through. Thank you to WWE. Thank you to the WWE Universe for believing in this kid, my kids. They are not the type of kids that's going to quit. I always tell them, know your worth, believe in your worth. Your time will come. Just keep working hard. Keep working hard. Now, hey, Jay, you the man. You the man. You made us all proud. All the family members. I'm sure the fans as well. I got goosebumps talking about this. And this happened a few days ago. I got goosebumps. I've never, for anything, huge celebration. The last time I felt like this is when we won the tag team straps for the first time, me and Samu against the Quebecers. And when I've seen Yokozuna win the Royal Rumble back in the day. Years later, man, we're talking 2025. We got a Fat 2 up there that's going to headline WrestleMania. So all I can say is, without no alcohol in me, God did. This one here was very emotional. You see your kid, it was the type of vibe too when They both wrestled each other at WrestleMania. All I can think about is the days back home in Pensacola, all the lonely nights trying to make this thing happen for these kids and so forth, and the struggles that they've gone through because of my life of a wrestler that's trying to make it. It takes me back to thinking about my late mother. These were her grandbabies. She always talked to them about the faith and the culture and be good kids. Keep working hard. Things will come your way. I can only wish that she was here so we could celebrate together. I guarantee you that she would be front row seat for her grandbabies at WrestleMania in Vegas. So a lot goes on, and man, it's so much to try to unload the joy and the happiness that the Anoya Fatu clan feels. I'm just proud. I'm proud of Jay, Jimmy, Solo, Jacob, Roman. Just set the pace. Rock is on a whole new that level, conquered Hollywood, and now in with the company. So it's a good day for the family. I'm glad that the company and the world has recognized this wasn't given to us. This was a family that has given blood, sweat, and tears for 75 plus years. 75 plus years, we've given our heart and our soul. This was an awesome, obviously, moment from Rikishi here. You know, he has to feel just over the moon seeing Jey Uso win. And by the way, I brought this point up, you know, because there's such a focus on championships and winning these big moments. To me, it's not that this would matter. I get it, right? Or main eventing WrestleMania, that matters. Don't get me wrong. But just the fact when Jey Uso comes out, I mean, did you see the Raw after he won Royal Rumble? How he comes out and the fans were just going nuts. They wanted to hear it again. So he tells them, play the music again. They play the music again. That alone tells you everything you need to know about Jey Uso currently and what he means to the WWE. You know, like I said, whether he has every championship in the company or he has no championships, nothing can take that away. You know, nothing can take away the type of success he's had and what the WWE universe feels when he does come out. So, you know, I hope they tell this story right. I haven't been a big fan of Gunther's title reign so far, and I don't blame Gunther for that. I blame the, you know, WWE creative team for that. But there's a big moment here where they could turn this into a really big WrestleMania moment. So I hope they're able to do it. So thank you all for watching. So the footage you're seeing on the screen right now is from This Gen Gaming. This Gen Gaming was nice enough to allow people to use this footage. This is from WWE 2K25 from the archive backstage brawl section. So this is new footage. I have no clue where it came from, but This Gen Gaming allowed for people to use it in the video, which was just, I thought, a phenomenal thing to do and way above and beyond anything that needs to be allowed to happen. I mean, this is great footage. So for this video, before we get into our thoughts on it, we're going to show about 4.5, 5 minutes of it. The full 9 minutes is on This Gen Gaming, and that's a link in the description. So go back there and watch the entirety of the footage on that channel. That's where this footage came from. They were nice enough to let people use it. So we're going to be showing you it, but please go and watch it on that channel. And after you do that, give it a like and subscribe because this is just an absolutely phenomenally nice thing to do. So let's get right into it. So this is an awesome, awesome backstage area. This is basically like the archive section of WWE. And I know there's this has some basis in reality, right? Where they have like all of the things that you know, all the things through history, all these little artifacts from WWE that have been worn or different signs, so they could always reuse them if they needed to, or just for like a museum purpose. And I don't know if this is like an exact replica by any means. I don't know what it actually fully looks like, but this is what it's kind of based off, it seems. And the beauty of this is it reminds you of those old style backstage areas from the old SmackDowns where you could go into the kitchen, you could go out into the road, where it was just a bunch of different backstage areas all put in to one. This has a similar vibe to it where there are a bunch of little sections that you could fight in, and it doesn't look as like, I don't know, it just doesn't look as like archaic as the last ones. You know, like some of the ones before, it felt like you couldn't really do anything. Like as you can see on the screen now, there's a ring. There's just so many different things. There's so many little areas that you can go into. And is it as good as like those old SmackDown games used to be? I would say no. Okay. The old SmackDown games, nothing could beat those backstage areas, but we're heading in a fantastic direction. And if this is the type of attention to detail we're going to get with WWE 2K25, if this is the type of attention to detail we're going to get, this game has a chance to not just be a great game, to be one of the best games in the 2K series so far. I mean, this is seriously really feeling good. I mean, you see right now, look at there's a buried alive thing with the Undertaker. There- Like th- this is just phenomenal, right? This is exactly what we want. It's small attentions to detail and cool environments for us to have our matches. Like when you're trying to make the WWE universe, you want to be able to make as much cool shit as possible. You want whatever you could think up, you want to be able to do that. And the backstage area has just been something that they had down pat in all of the early games and have not been able to get down pat, in my opinion, for quite some time. They've gotten closer, they've gotten good backstage areas, but they've never hit that number one backstage area that just rocks. And I don't know if this is actually the only backstage area they're going to have or if there will be more, but the fact that this one exists on its own is one that's quite special in my honest opinion. Like this is something that I could see myself playing in. I don't know how many other, match types you can have back here in terms of like, can you do, I mean, obviously you'll be able to do one-on-one. Can you do tag? What else can you do? I'm not entirely sure. But this is super cool, just super cool. I know there's a SmackDown fist in this thing as well. I don't know if that's going to actually appear on the first 5 minutes of the video. But like I said, please go to This Gen Gaming. You could just click below and you could get the full video of this and make sure like, comment, subscribe over there because look, the fact that they allowed for people to use this footage, the fact that I didn't have to just use a screen grab of this footage and you can actually see what's going on is something that not too many content creators would do. So they don't really need my help. They got 265,000 subs over there, but maybe we just give them a few more, right? So thank you all for watching. I cannot wait for WWE 2K25 to come out.